It's a place where I love to be. Look in a book, here's a story for you. Who makes stories when the day is through? Who makes stories when the day is through? Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Milton Wordsworth,
Shelley and Jackson,
working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Come and be a story maker. Story makers. Story makers.
It's midnight. Hello.
has everybody gone?
The sun is down, the stars are bright. Story makers come out at night. Milton Wordsworth, story maker and magical maestro, at your service.
There, finished. Wonderful.
Oh, what is it, Jelly?
Oh, it's a splatter painting. And it's called...
Milton! Milton!
Yes, my spiky pink-haired
I
friend.
can't see anything.
That's because we've suffered a power cut.
Now no one can see my painting.
Oh, yes, it's much too dark for that.
I might be able to provide some illumination.
Oh, these torches are great for a power cut. Oh, and look, they make me look really spooky.
And you can make fabulous shapes on the wall. Look.
And you can see my painting.
Oh, Milton, why don't we put one of the torches in the story machine and make a story about shapes or shadows?
Good idea. May I borrow your torch, Jelly?
Oh, yes. And then you can see my painting.
Well, at least the story machine's working. Now all we need is a special ingredient to make the story come alive. You know what it is, don't you? Yes, imagination. Come on, imagine a story.
Look, Milton, it's a blue cow story.
That's right, Blue Cow and the Shadow.
In a field not far away is a herd of cows grazing quietly. One of the cows is most unusual. Blue Cow wonders about the big world beyond her field. One day, Blue Cow was looking at the other cows in the field. I wonder what it's like to be all on my own. She's off again, said the other cows. So Blue Cow caught the bus that stops beside her field. I'd like a return ticket to a place where I can be on my own, please. There you go, madam. Hold very tight. And they set off for the top of a hill. And then they arrived. There was absolutely no one around. There weren't even any birds in the sky. Oh, this is so peaceful, she said, sitting down to enjoy the view. Oh! There on the ground was a big black shape. It had 2 horns and 4 legs, just like Blue Cow. Hello, I'm Blue Cow, she said, but the shape didn't answer. She tried waving. The shape waved back at her. Do you want to play? She said. I know, let's have a race. Nod your head like this if you want to, she said, nodding her head. The shape nodded back at her. OK, ready, steady, go, shouted Blue Cow, and she and the shape raced down the hill. It was strange, but they both finished at exactly the same time. That was fun. Shall we sit down? And she rested underneath a tree. But when Blue Cow looked around, the shape had disappeared. I wonder where it's gone, she thought. She stepped back into the sunshine to look for it. Oh, there you are, she said. Let's sit in the shade. But as soon as Blue Cow walked out of the sunshine, the shape disappeared again. Suddenly Blue Cow had an idea. She walked into the sunshine and stood on one leg, and the shape did too. She did a handstand, and so did the shape. She lay on her back with her feet in the air, and guess what? So did the shape. Of course, thought Blue Cow. I've been playing with Miss Shadow all day long.
Well, that was most illuminating.
Can you see my picture now?
Jelly, it's still dark.
Indeed. But I have an interesting idea. Take a handful of darkness.
Pardon?
Would you please assist me in this endeavour? Take a handful of darkness. Come on.
Oh, better do as he says, Jelly.
And put it into the machine. Put it into the machine.
Oh, Milton, it's not doing anything.
Patience, my dear girl. Are you ready?
Imagine
a story.
What's it going to be?
Oh, it's a Kevin the Spaceman story.
And how appropriate. It's called The Dark Side.
Kevin and Spanner in space to explore, seeking out planets never heard of before.
It was the middle of the night when the rocket landed. Ooh, said Kevin. I can't see where I'm going. Rough, agreed Spanner. I wish there were some lights here, said Kevin. As if someone had heard him, 2 rows of lights suddenly lit up a pathway. Thank you, said an astonished Kevin. That's all right, twinkled the lights. Kevin and Spanner set off along the path. It was much better now they could see where they were going. Is anyone out there? Called Kevin, peering into the gloom. Rough, barked Spanner doubtfully. I'm here, sparkled a voice. Hello? Hello, called Kevin. Where are you? There was a twinkling sound, and a sparkling star floated down from the sky. Welcome to the dark side, said the star. Kevin gulped. How do you do? He said politely. The dark side of what? The moon, of course, shimmered the star. Come on, I'll show you. Follow me. I'm very sorry, said Kevin. We'd love to come with you, but we can't fly. Woof, agreed Spanner. Who ever heard of a flying dog? That was plain silly. Of course you can fly, called the star. All you have to do is shout space. Kevin and Spanner looked at each other. It was worth a try. Space! Shouted the 2 friends together, and before they knew it, there they were with the twinkling star, flying through space. Wow! Shouted Kevin. This is great! Keep close to me. There's a satellite coming, called the star. The satellite whizzed past, narrowly missing Spanner. Pardon me, called the satellite. Spanner started barking furiously. Look, said the star, the light side, and he pointed down to the moon. Oh, yes, said Kevin. Below him, he could see the rough surface of the moon, just as he had always imagined it to be. Spanner looked down too. He couldn't see any bones, and he was beginning to get hungry. Time to go back, said the star. We don't want to get lost. Kevin agreed. They turned around and followed the star past planets and moons and landed back on the dark side. See you soon, said the star. Bye. The lights of the pathway turned back on. Good trip, they shimmered. Yes, thank you, said Kevin. Come on, Spanner, let's go back. I'm hungry.
Is there really a dark side of the moon, Milton?
Verily there is, oh green and tiny one.
Oh, there is. Look.
What's that, Jackson?
Look, a dark moon.
Hooray!
Magic.
Can you see my picture now, please, Milton?
With the greatest of pleasure, my little jelly bean.
Ta-da!
What is it?
Well,
I shall call it Bright Lights in a Power Cut.
how did you know called?
A perfect title. Might I be allowed to make a story from it? With your assistance, of course.
There we are. Now we need a large helping of imagination. Ready? Imagine a story.
Well done. You've made a playbook. And it's called The School Gates.
Christopher loves going to school. Most children only go to school once in a day, but every day Christopher goes to school twice. Once to take his elder sister Alexia to school in the morning, and then once to pick her up in the afternoon. But Christopher only ever got as far as the gates. He never ever went inside, though he often wondered what it would be like. Then one day, Christopher and Mum went to school as usual, once in the morning and then again in the afternoon. All the children came running out. School is a very busy place. But where was Alexia? Mum thought Alexia must still be busy inside and thought that they should go and find her. Christopher was amazed. He was going inside. At last he might find out what school was really like. In the hall there were lots of pictures and pieces of writing on the walls. They were covered from floor to ceiling. It was so colourful. Well, she's not here, thought Mum, and Christopher was amazed. They went down the hall and there were lots of pegs and bags. Well, Alexia's coat is still here, thought Mum, and Christopher was astounded. Then they went into a big room. It was huge. Well, she's not here, thought Mum, and Christopher was amazed. Christopher thought Alexia must be lost. The school was so big. Finally, they found Alexia's classroom. And yes, there was Alexia. She was painting. Mum suddenly realised it was the after-school painting club. She had forgotten. Alexia's teacher saw them and asked if Christopher would like to join in while they waited for the club to finish. Christopher thought it was brilliant. He was painting in school. Amazing. So that's how Christopher went to school. Properly, for the first time. And he can't wait to go back again.
Milton, I've done another picture.
Ooh, I feel another masterpiece coming on. I wonder what it'll be this time.
There.
Ooh, most interesting.
It's just a white dot.
It's not a white dot. It's a torch in the dark.
Ooh, how apt.
Look, it's getting light.
Indeed it is.
Hooray!
The dawn is upon us. The morning is nigh. We've made our stories, and we bid you goodbye.
Working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous.
Thanks for helping.
Bye, story makers.
See you again soon.